apply a little bit of water in this part of the bird. And I will use some blue, which is my cerulean blue, and putting these dabs of light blue and take some ultramarine and put in here because this is the dark cerulean. The feathers we need a thin brush. Small dashes with empty spaces in between in the direction of this part of the bird, which is slightly bulging. First, I'll look at my reference image to understand which is the lightest area, which is what I will do first. So, one of the lightest areas is this section, this entire section. So, what is that section here? It is this section till in here. So I'll create these small curved dashes with separations in between, white spaces in between. Don't fill in the entire darker shape with one color. Fill it in with different colors like I've previously used cerulean. Now I'm using my gray on top of cerulean. And I'm also keeping empty spaces through which we can see the cerulean as well. Little bit of water and roll it on a palette to get the excess water off. different colors. There are some lights, there are some midtones, and there are some darkest darks. For this purpose, I have taken three blues on my palette. One is light blue, cerulean blue. One is, I'll use it for my midtones, which is my phthalo blue green shade it is. And for my darker blues, I'll use French ultramarine blue. And I have also made a red, yellow, and blue combination, which is my gray color, which I'll use in the areas where I see very dark shadows like these. So I have to have my reference image right in front of me because it is a complex area which we are dealing. But in order to simplify this area, we can turn our image on our phone into a black and white image. So if you have so you can turn this into a black and white image. I'll show you here. This one will give me more idea as to where I can put my darkest dark, middle tones, and light blues. So light blues will go here. It will also go somewhere here in this region, and the darkest tone will go here. That is why I have prepared three different blues. Why I'm using these brushes is because they have a very pointed tip. All of these, it is number 1 and 2 brushes, and it has a very good pointed tip. Now, this one, Princeton Aqua Elite, is the best of all of these brushes. I also have my calligraphy brush here, which also has a very pointed tip. So I'll be keeping my tissue paper in my left hand. That since this area doesn't have any hard line edges, I will wet it down once again so that these lines which are there, they soften on their own. Because cerulean blue and ultramarine that I have used, they are granulating colors. When you mix them with a lot of water, they will granulate and loosen themselves. If it is not the case in your painting, then what you can do is that take a small synthetic brush and slightly wiggle like this on the harder areas, which you see as a hard lineage, so that they can soften because the bird has very soft feathers in this region. Like this, the way I'm wiggling. I have already applied water. So let us begin working in this area first. This time I write down this area where I'm working. And we will allow it to dry out slightly if it has some cerulean blue. But I will not make it a very watery consistency. It is somewhat thick but pale. It always maintains the direction in which the bird's neck or head is moving. according to the tilt the bird has. Okay, now I have applied this cerulean glue. Now I will apply the mid value in this part, the part of the head and the neck, which is here, but it is going down like this. So I told you that I've prepared some mid value blues with my halo blue green shade. So I'll be using that over here. So this is the one. I'm not going into the light blue. It's coming down. I'm making short strokes and I'm leaving some spaces in between. Can you see there is a difference from the time when we started? Just few minutes back, this looked a little different. Now I also use some of the darker tones, which is my French ultramarine in this area. Because in some of the areas you see, we need to go darker. I'm using this French ultramarine in a pale consistency in these very dark areas. And I'm not using a lot of pressure on my hand. I'm trying to move my hand swiftly without exerting a lot of pressure. Smaller with my brush strokes when I'm reaching the areas near the eye, because the eye area has even smaller feathers. Ultramarine somewhat in this just below the beak area. It is a very thin consistency, thin layer of water that I'm using, and I'll keep leaving gaps. See to it that you do not, if your bird is still wet on this side, do not put your hand on top of it. To make the shapes before applying. as to where is the darkest of the dark. Two strokes. And also use some pale strokes coming down like this. Let's go on to this lighter section again. Section. See, let's look in that. In the corner areas where it is white, and doing like this. Some of the feathers can come out as well. Now, wet it down first. Small dots and dashes is what I'm working with. Mhm. Keep gaps in between and very light brush strokes without any pressure, as in it's a feather touch. You want to plan up how to wetting down slightly extra area in here, but I will not use the colors all over. This is my welcome ring, and here is the wave. I don't want this consistency to be very thin. I want it thicker than what we were using right now. And use it like this. Just use it. Don't pin too big. And start placing from the lower end. Do not go and place it in each and every area. Where you see darkest darks in here, you can place it in those areas. Selective, be selective. Apply this cerulean in places you haven't wet down this area, it's better to wet it down first before applying this thoroughly. Wet down that corner. High area where we had done previously and use certain glue in that same area. Just gently place it. Do not go and paint with it. Wetting the back of the head and its back of the neck. We will place some ultramarine on the back. This part covered. Similarly, even of this part, we have also covered this area. Can see and adjust some of the areas. Now, once I do the leg and this part, it will become even more 3D like. And just as we have done this, we can cover this area also. Okay, so thank you so much.